Yes, welcome to the Pro Wrestling Weekly Podcast, yes. My name is Broken Josh Burrell, and tonight, me and my brothers, Brother Nation and Brother Reapers, we will become the podcast of gold. Delete, 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 delete.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Steve, also known as Steve the Reaper. Follow me on Twitter, which will be in the description down below, and welcome to Pro Wrestling Weekly. I am here with one member of the Wolfpack, Josh Morale.
I'm tired. I'm a tired Josh today.
And yeah, Haydn is at a festival, a music festival, so he cannot join us, unfortunately. So, we'll just get right into the wrestling. Before we do get into the wrestling, though, you guys may notice, or may not notice, you probably can't because this is a podcast, but I'm recording on location in my college dorm room. I'm noticing an echo when I talk because I'm recording from my desk, so hopefully that's not too bad for you guys. Also, there's going to be more background noise than usual, as this is a college campus. People could, like my roommate could be walking in anytime. You could hear people outside because my window's open, or my walls are super thin, so anybody can hear anything. So, apologize for the background noise in advance. There's going to probably be more than usual. So, there you go. And I'm loving it up here, so in case any of you cared enough for that. So, let's kick this off with a bang. Mayweather and McGregor happened last night. Mayweather is now 50-0. Props to both guys for fighting it out, for McGregor to step into another man's world. I was kind of going for the underdog there with Conor, but you know, Mayweather, you know, boxing is his thing, so you know, can't take really much anything away from him.
Yeah, definitely. No, McGregor in the first 3 rounds, the Mayweather was just doing nothing, because I actually stayed up and watched it from 12 o'clock the prelims till 6 o'clock in the morning in my time. So to literally get up, as we've just recorded this about half an hour ago, that's how much McGregor and Mayweather took at me. But no, it was a decent fight. It went 10 rounds, which I was surprised he'd even go that far. I think if anyone was getting knocked out, it would be in the, I guess, the 3 to 4 round ratio. But no, it went 10 rounds, and it made him a hell of a lot of money. So both were winners, even though Mayweather in the books will be the winner and 50-0 in his boxing undefeated streak.
Yeah, there you go. And I was just scrolling through social media, and I saw a little snippet of an interview from McGregor that said, you know, basically that Mayweather was the man. So even though McGregor is kind of cocky before his fights, you know, he always shows humility when he loses, and he's humble. So and that's really great to see. I think simply because McGregor's cocky and arrogant in the beginning, people automatically have like a negative perception of him. So to see that, you know, I hope people kind of see that humility in him.
Yeah, and also with the fight being so big, you know, you got to show like some sort of, you know, cockiness to you, because otherwise, if you go there and go, I'm going to beat him, no one's going to believe you. What they did is make you believe that this is the biggest fight in boxing / MMA history, because even though it wasn't in an MMA ring, this is big for MMA and UFC, because they can show they can put on something with Mayweather Promotions that no one has ever done before, and make people pay an arm and a leg for it in America, in brackets, to watch only this fight. And also, I don't know if you didn't hear about this, but pay-per-views actually went down in some areas, so they had to delay the fight. So in America, I think Comcast / Xfinity and UFC website as well. So they weren't having a good time towards the main event. So to get it out and for people to watch it is, you know, They must have been screwing around to get it wrong. But yeah, no, Mayweather was the man in the fight. But you know, I was also pulling for McGregor because you always like to see the underdog win from having nothing to be trying to be somewhat of a decent boxer. You know, so. But it was a shame though because the undercard I tuned in on the Sky Box Office, our channel, they had it on, and literally these two fighters were battling it out, and the best fight I've seen in a little while, and no one was in there. Absolutely no one except from the officials that were pointing the fight. I just thought that was ridiculous, and who was there was on their phones. Like, stop that. That's disrespectful to the fighters who are giving you their all, and you don't give any shred of a shit. You know? It's just ridiculous. You spend...
Oh, go ahead.
You spend like $5,000 on those seats, right? And you're in there on your phone. It's just disrespectful. That's just my opinion. But I enjoyed the pay-per-view. Obviously, because I didn't have to pay like £80 for the fight. I would have not watched the fight. I would have, done other things if that was that much.
Right, and it's kind of a good segue that we'll get to in just a second, but Enzo Amore, the newest member of 205 Live, was at the Mayweather-McGregor fight, and it looked like he paid some pretty good money to get some seats.
That's the normal price for him. Imagine if you had sent a camera side at that fight, I reckon it would have been even 15,000, let alone 10,000. Something that I can't afford, like, right now.
He has that WWE paycheck. It's all good.
Yeah, he doesn't get that paid a month, to see that.
Yeah.
I doubt that. If he does, fair play, but... I don't know. I don't know if he's deserved it over the last couple of months. Let me just say that.
But back to the whole entire disrespectful thing. I believe it was the Raw and SmackDown after SummerSlam. May have just been Raw. Beach Ball Mania was running wild once again, and WWE decided that they would no longer allow beach balls inside the arenas. And there's two sides to it. There's one side that just wants to have fun, they pay tickets, they can do whatever, or almost anything that they want to do. And then there's the other side that says, you're playing with a beach ball while people are putting their lives on the line for your entertainment. So, it's kind of a double-edged sword, really. I mean, I see both sides, and it's fun to see a beach ball in the crowd on TV when you're watching on TV, but I think that's the thing. Like, if you're watching it on TV, then you'll think that it's funny, but when you're in the live crowd and you feel that energy and you're trying to watch a match, then you may think it's disrespectful. It goes both ways, honestly. It's kind of an oddly tough debate.
Yeah. On this, I'm kind of neutral, but in retrospect, in looking back, yeah, it's disrespectful, but, I'm surprised they wouldn't have banned it when it was in the Attitude Era, because that sort of stuff would have happened literally all over the crowd. You figure how many signs were in the crowd back in the Attitude Era. Now they're just trying to entertain themselves with beach balls and try and get it on TV that way. So I'm guessing, yeah, it's disrespectful, but I've seen a few videos online of people defending it that were in the crowd. Obviously, they're in the crowd, so that they're sort of biased in that way. But I don't know. I've got no clue really on who to side for. But yeah, it's kind of he's definitely disrespectful to the wrestlers. And obviously, when Cesaro put that balloon, I was kind of sad but happy at the same time. It was like a mix of emotions. He's trying to be a heel, But in retrospect, I don't think he should have done that, because that obviously made it worse on Raw and SmackDown. Know what I mean? So, I don't know. I've got no opinion on it, really. I just think, yes, it's disrespectful to the wrestlers. So.
Fair enough. We can actually talk about SummerSlam for a little bit. And NXT TakeOver as well.
Yes, the better show.
Yeah, the better show. NXT TakeOver was definitely better than SummerSlam. Everybody's in pretty much agreement on that. My personal match of the night was Aleister Black versus Hideo Itami.
I don't know if it was Roderick Strong. One was actually That's it. Look, they look similar. In some way, I don't know why. Maybe height, probably. It's probably height, in my opinion. Like I feel like someone similar from their height. It's weird. But anyway, yeah, no, that was my favourite match. Maybe because it went first. I don't know, but I just enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was
and
definitely.
the fact that Gargano lost and had that underdog sort of thing. He's going to have this underdog thing going on. So when he hopefully wins the NXT Championship, the roof's going to blow off that place, as a commentator would say.
Oh, yeah. That was an oddly good match. I did not expect it to be that technically sound and just have a bunch of good moments. That was a very fun match to watch.
And also, you know, they're actually using Cien Almas because they've put him in the dark for so long. It's nice that they gave him a win as well.
Yeah.
And they've got Thea Trinidad with him as well. Or I can't pronounce her WWE name. But I'm going to pronounce her as Thea Trinidad, as I know her. They've got her with him, so that's good. Giving him a manager, I think, was what he needed, to be honest. So, yeah, no, I hope this is long and fruitful. Hopefully this leads to an NXT mid-card title coming back, or out, whatever.
And with, there's actually, I can't tell if this, I'm pretty sure this was a rumor that I saw, but they may be actually introducing an NXT mid-card title. So it's going to be interesting to see who's in that mid-card scene.
Yeah. Give something to the other people that shouldn't really be in the NXT title picture, something to fight for.
Yeah.
So that's always important. But on the other hand, you don't want too many belts because otherwise you'd have a WWE problem of where Raw and SmackDown have, say, the tags, their main belts, the mid-card. So that's 6 belts, and the women's belts. So that's 8 belts. You don't want 8 belts in NXT because that's just ridiculous. Right, that's not going to be manageable. But just one more title because you've got the women's division, which we'll talk about later on, and you've got the hopefully mid-card belt, and then the world heavyweight. There's 2 tiers of men's belts, and you only need 1 tier of women because there isn't much women. Unless they hire most of the Mae Young Classic, then that's going to be an interesting sight to see. Which actually premieres, as we're recording this, tomorrow night. I'm not going to be watching Raw, I'm going to be watching the Mae Young Classic. Screw Raw.
Wait, is it out during the same time as Raw?
But they'll probably put it up either just before or just after.
Oh, okay. That would be weird if they put it at the same time.
It's like a Netflix sort of thing. Like, you know, 4 weeks of TV on once, and then next after this, they're going to put 4 more, and then the finals after SmackDown, I think. So there's going to be no 205 Live that week, which I put my arms up when I heard that. I'm hoping. There might be 205 Live, there might be a pre-recorded version after that, but they might record 205 Live before the show. I'm thinking that they might put an earlier time on the doors so people can get in early. They can put on 205 recorded, you know. So I don't know. That'd be a sight to see with the Mae Young Classic, and then NXT afterwards. They sign people like Piper Niven, hopefully Kaylee Ray. I'm hoping she gets signed. Obviously, Kairi Sane's signed already. Oh God, what's her name? Serena Deeb. Hope she comes back for a little while. Yeah, there's so many women I want to get signed off of that roster, but NXT is going to be interesting. Definitely after said match from NXT TakeOver happened, I knew that something was going on with the NXT Women's title that not many people would like, and many people would like. Yeah, no, Gargano was good.
And then SummerSlam was... I did not watch the pre-show. I couldn't do it.
I did, and it was an embarrassment to see the Hardy Boys wrestling in front of 100-ish people.
And then for The Miz to only react to the WWE social media guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
But,
To see the hand to the empty seats, and then the lone media guy go, "Stand there, take a picture," and then yeah, basically. I don't know. He didn't talk like that, but I've got a bad voice, so sorry, I can't do much.
But there's a couple of good matches. There was the Usos and the New Day, from what I heard. That was pretty stellar.
It was decent, and the Usos got back the belts, which I loved.
Yeah. And then Rollins and Ambrose won the tag titles, and that was a pretty fun match to watch.
I didn't want to see him win because I don't want the Shield to reunite, so I'm one of the only.
And then, I'm trying to remember, there was a singles match that was pretty good.
That was all the matches that were good for me, so I got worried.
But anyway, the Fatal 4-Way match was...
Oh yeah, that was good.
That was
That
the
was
match
good.
of the night. I'm sorry, it was.
Braun should become champion, I don't care.
Yeah,
Right.
most definitely.
Hayden's opinions of him are now starting to rub off on me. Especially that I'm not finished with you, yeah. That just sounds very oddly, in another context, very adapt to use it in that context, but I won't. But yeah, no, yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
Fuck Roman Reigns.
I'm actually glad that I predicted wrong. That
Yes.
made me happy.
Did I predict Brock, didn't I? Yeah, I predicted
Yeah,
right.
you did.
Yeah. So it would have been nice to see Joe or Strowman win it. Especially Joe, because Joe, has been labelled, he'd never win the WWE, he'd never go to NXT or WWE. Then he did. And then now he's on Raw, which said no one ever said would happen, because obviously the opinions of Vince like, he's fat, and all that shit. So, I'm glad to see Joe where he's at today, because I remember seeing him in TNA Live ages ago. To now see him in the Fed in WWE is very satisfying. Even still, he's been on the main roster for about 6, 7, 8-ish months. I get a smile every time I see him on WWE television. Oh god.
My bad. I was setting a timer for the dryer.
I was just saying, I didn't set any alarms. Well, mine did go off earlier, like 8 o'clock, but I obviously never got up.
But an outcome of the main event at SummerSlam is Brock versus Braun at No Mercy for the Universal title.
Yeah, exactly. 2 pay-per-views in a row for Brock, except for Great Balls and SummerSlam. I don't think he's done that in a long time.
No, this is the most active he's been holding a title.
Could that signal the end of Brock after WrestleMania?
Well, John Jones, failed
Yeah,
his
he
drug
got
test,
popped.
so I think we may see Lesnar around for a little while longer if Vince gives him a big enough contract.
Or Lesnar v Hunt 2.
Huh. You think people would want to see that again? Because of the outcome?
Well, Lesnar got popped from UFC in their tests, so it can't. Obviously, the victory in the books has been observed, and it's literally a non-decision fight now in the record book. So I'm guessing Brock has a way, wants to, get one back, but maybe he might get popped again for the same thing, because obviously, he's not. WWE ain't going to test him because he's not regular, but he's not a every week wrestler. He just comes in when he wants, and apparently they don't test him wrestlers. So I think it's ridiculous, but maybe not test Triple H, not test Vince, not test Stephanie, even though, I don't want to talk about that, but I think it's ridiculous. They don't test Brock or even Taker, when he came back years ago, You got to test it. You got to put everyone on a level playing field. Everyone should get tested for steroids. Everyone. That's just my opinion.
Most definitely.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. I'm looking forward to No Mercy. It's going to be a one-match card probably. Maybe we might see Alexa Bliss versus Sasha Banks in a gimmick match. I don't know other than that, but because the Raw coming up, Sasha Banks isn't losing the belt. I know. If she does, I will publicly apologise on this podcast. If we do it next week, I will publicly apologise.
Okay. Also,
but I don't think I'm wrong.
I gotta say, for No Mercy, I saw the video ad for it, and I'm kind of happy that it's centered around Alexa Bliss. Not because it's Alexa Bliss, not because I'm a fan of her, but it's centered. This is the second time a pay-per-view's been centered around women, with the last one being Hell in a Cell with Charlotte and Sasha.
Yeah.
So that's really cool to see.
I don't think they're main eventing though, because Brock fucking Lesnar's on the card.
Yeah, no, nobody well, hold on, Brock didn't. Okay, it was different circumstances for WrestleMania, but still, I think any other pay-per-view that doesn't require an important retirement match, you're not main eventing before Brock. There's just no way.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I don't think Sasha and Charlotte are retiring now.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
That would be weird and kind of saddening. That would sort of be leave the memories alone, Ric Flair sort of shit.
Yeah. Which
I watched the other day, which I did get emotional by again. It's they combined both the WrestleMania match and the retirement thing with the Undertaker's.com entrance in HD. I think it's the first time I've seen it in HD on the network. If anyone loves Ric Flair and wants to watch his retirement match and his retirement thing angle on Raw, then definitely watch that Flair Forever the Man, I think it's called. Just a suggestion. It made me emotional.
And also, we'd like to give our wishes to Ric Flair.
He's getting better.
Yeah, he's getting better, but he was hospitalized a couple of weeks ago now. So, he's alive. I mean, this dude survived a plane crash, was told he wouldn't wrestle again, and
exactly
here he is.
Exactly. Well, obviously, we don't want to see Flair wrestle again after this when he comes out, because I think wrestling, if he wrestled again, that would kill him.
Yeah.
So, because the work rate nowadays, Rick could never keep up. Even maybe back in his heyday, if say this was 1975 or whenever he started wrestling, and then the wrestling was like it is now, then yeah, he'd definitely be able to keep up. But now, look, he's running TNA. I don't know if you watched it, but the only good thing that came out of that was a promo between Jay Lethal and Ric Flair. Jay Lethal tried to mock Ric Flair, which actually was quite decent. But yeah, get well, Rick, definitely.
Yeah. So let's shift over back into NXT land. So Bobby Roode debuted on SmackDown this past Tuesday, but as a babyface. On NXT, he's continuing his feud with Roderick Strong and Drew McIntyre, but as a heel. That's
can I take into spoiler territory here, or spoiler alert? Yeah. There you go. Okay. Bobby Roode's basically done after either this week or next week in NXT, and it could possibly be that Roderick Strong, I may have seen turn heel, but I don't know, because if Bobby Roode's a face on SmackDown, surely he has to have those tendencies on that NXT episode, and then Roderick can go full blown. I'm a chicken shit, like, really hard heel that will do anything just to feed my family sort of thing, like Brock did in the past. Not like Brock, but like that sort of storyline. I'm this badass motherfucker who does this for my kids, and I'm going to break you until I get that extra paycheck, sort of thing. because that will get real heat.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's happening. He may stay heel in NXT for that final match, but from what I saw, that's not the case. Maybe. I don't know. Again, I only saw pictures. I didn't see videos. There is some videos, but I don't want to look at them because I wait until the actual NXT episodes to look at the video. So, yeah.
Some pictures can speak louder than words, though, as Asuka was injured at NXT TakeOver and she had to relinquish the NXT Women's title. Now, people say that this may be legit, this may be just a storyline so that she can be called up. Or
She has a collarbone injury legit.
Okay.
So, that is legit. But by the time this episode airs, she should be close to fully healed up. And the rumoured, because obviously this led to William Regal saying that they're taking offers for both Raw and SmackDown for her, basically saying that, this is a game, Wrestling Manager, and we need to control where she goes, Raw or SmackDown. Like on the computer, like Football Manager back in the day, or Soccer Manager, or whatever you call it. I say football. But, Asuka is, obviously 500, then, when it airs, 500 and, I think, either 25 or 35 day reign. So, and it keeps her undefeated when she goes up to the main roster, so I have no problem with that.
Exactly. So, with the title being relinquished now, who is most likely in place for the NXT Women's title?
Kairi Sane. I think whoever wins the Mae Young Classic will be the NXT Women's Champion.
That would be an interesting stipulation.
Well, yeah, because, yes, the Mae Young Classic is sort of prestigious in name because it's, like, after Mae Young, So, to add that onto it makes it a little bit extra special as well. It just makes it a must-see live event. And also, I'm hearing that it's going to be more matches on the card, so it's going to be like an hour-long event. I'm hearing. So basically that's why it's replacing 205, because they want to make it as big as possible. So I guess that makes it as big as possible, by putting the NXT Women's title on the line because of Asuka. But saying that, I don't know when the episode airs, so could air in October or some shit. So I don't know. I'm not too sure. Depending on... That's what I see happening, the NXT Women's title being on the line there. But we'll have to see. Or maybe she gets a chance and then one person gets a chance in the Mae Young Classic, and then the women in NXT and then some of the Mae Young Classic people from this tournament go on to another, say, Battle Royal, and then that one gets to win that, and then Kairi, who I think is going to win, maybe not, maybe they'll swerve us at the live finals, but Kairi's gotten through to the finals, so spoilers again. And then the winner from the Battle Royal, then they clash at NXT TakeOver Houston, I think. So, yeah. That could be interesting as well, if they want to wait, but I would like them not to wait. So...
It's an interesting time to be a wrestling fan once again. I find myself saying that a lot between now and last year, so I don't know. It's kind of a good thing, and then sometimes it's like, what are you guys doing?
Well, we missed an important debut as well.
Oh, let's hear it then.
Hey.
Oh yeah, Adam Cole. Adam Cole debuted at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn in a very unique way. So Drew McIntyre won the NXT title, and then you hear a bunch of people in the audience cheering, so you think that something's happening, but you're not really sure. Drew McIntyre then turns around and sees Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, who we think, well, we kind of know they're going to go towards the NXT tag team titles, so that'll be interesting. But anyway,
Typings, I can confirm that.
Yeah. So Drew McIntyre sees Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly. The crowd gets louder and louder and louder. All of a sudden, out comes Adam Cole, attacks Drew McIntyre, super kicks him, and then holds the NXT title. And then in the WWE.com exclusive video, it shows Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, and Bobby Fish going up the ramp. They both turn into the crowd, and Adam Cole does his signature Adam Cole, baby.
I'm so glad he gets to keep his name.
Yeah.
I know that's kind of a common theme now that they're letting them do that, but it's just nice to, and he's also able to do the Adam Cole, baby, because I don't think it'll be in his entrance theme like Ring of Honor and New Japan, and especially if it's the same one, because obviously that's their property. So I'm not expecting that, but at least he gets to keep what made him famous, you know? Hopefully, well, I don't know if he'll ever get... He probably will get called up to the main roster one day. But he gets to keep it as well. He gets to keep that Adam Cole, baby. So, I don't know. It was good. It was good. And I'm glad to see a English/Scottish-born NXT or even champion in the WWE, period.
Yeah.
Because that's never happened. So that for me, as an Englishman, was a proud moment as well. But then see Adam Cole made it even better. So, and Red Dragon. Obviously not going to be called that, but that's what I like to keep calling people their indie names because it's cool and fun. So yeah, it was a good debut. I like when they do that sort of put the copyright thing up in the corner, and then some shit happens, and I was like, oh, this is fucking not ending then, is it? It's like, you know, if it was SummerSlam and they did that, I would be pissed off. But as it's NXT and it only went 2 hours-ish over, like a little bit over, you know, that's tolerable. Imagine 3-hour NXT takeovers. I think I'd have a less positive opinion on it if it was 3 hours, possibly. But yeah, no, it was good. Overall, good show, but they topped it off well. Yeah. And I hope Adam Cole wrestles soon because, again, spoilers, he hasn't wrestled on the NXT taping, so I'm guessing they're saving his wrestling for TakeOver Houston. So
I want to make one mention of something. Sanity is the NXT Tag Team Champions. Now, Alexander Wolf, congratulations. He was, I believe, the first German WWE wrestler to hold a title.
I think so.
Okay.
Unless you put class, obviously, he wasn't WWE at the time, but now it's under the umbrella. You can class Alex Wright as a champion in WWE, but not really. But no, it's probably not. No. He's WCW Cruiserweight Champion. No, I can't defend that shit. Fuck WCW. So, I think he is in, yeah.
Yeah.
Congratulations to the end. No, it's not the firstborn Irish. He said ICW then. When's ICW coming onto the network, WWE? I want it now. No, but I've got ICW on demand for a little while, so I can tolerate it for a little while longer. So, yeah, no. I was going to say that Dane was the first Irish-born tag champion, but Sheamus has surely been, obviously, the tag team champion. Just lost them, so obviously that would be wrong. But no, I'm glad for Damo, because again, he's one of the people that I thought he would never get into WWE. And he's now in the WWE, obviously he's Killian Dane, Insanity, and Nikki Cross too. Nikki Storm, as I know her, you know, it's just baffling to see these two people on TV with a WWE logo in the corner. Even I know that sounds silly, but it's just madness to me that I saw them a year or two ago competing on either ICW or, for Damo's sake, WCPW and all that, and then they're now on WTV. Actually, that's another topic that I forgot to talk about. Joseph Connors, who's currently signed to WWE, competed in WCPW last week.
Huh.
Yeah. The Fed actually let him go into WCPW. I don't know if that means that he's not going to be on the UK tournament things anytime soon or even at all. Maybe his contract is not, you know. But yeah, no. Yeah. that I was surprised. I was watching the live stream because they actually went live all the days of the World Cup being finished, and then, oh shit, that's Joseph Connors from WWE, and they actually mentioned on commentary, and they thanked WWE for letting him be on WCPW. It was like, oh, they kind of missed WCPW, like they didn't use their, well, they kind of nicked the talent, but never mentioned them on the UK tournament. They mentioned ICW, Progress, OTT, and all that. But they mind you, WCPW has only built one star, in my opinion, which is Gabriel Kidd. He's a decent wrestler, and I'm glad he's still the internet champion. But yeah, no, Joseph Connors was on WCPW under contract to the WWE.
And hell just froze over.
Oh yeah.
But anyways, back to Sanity. So I'm kind of interested to see how this works, because I think there may be a freebird rule. It's possible. But if they stick with Alexander Wolf and Eric Young as like their permanent champs, I'd like to see Killian Dane in the NXT title picture again. And Nikki Cross in the women's title picture again. Just have a full Sanity takeover.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. One can dream. I don't think that's going to happen, but one can dream.
Yeah.
I'm also happy that all four of them are in WWE 2K18.
Yes. That's right. Oh my, yeah. I forgot about that completely. Oh, yeah. Yes. Oh. Yes, that's right.
Yes.
Jesus. You know.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I wrote it. I'm sorry.
No. Yeah, no. It's decent. Now I just need the Hardy Boys to be in there, and the Hardy Boys vs Sanity can happen. So.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That'd be an interest. Like, imagine if that happened before the Hardys retire or get injured, like, badly because of what they do.
Yeah. Mind you, Jeff. Surprised he's injured already. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. More props to you.
Yes. You know how to take care of yourself. At least outside the ring.
Yeah, now that he's cleaned up and all that.
Yeah, definitely. Well, that's just to see someone who was smacked out of his bin on the TNA pay-per-view versus Sting, and basically Sting had to force a cover, and the ref had to count 3 because even though Jeff Hardy's shoulders were way up off the ground, that was just saddening to see. Even that. So to see him now where he is in the back where he belongs in the WWE, clean, and wrestling with his brother, I'm glad to see that as well. So yeah, good.
Yeah.
Glad that he's cleaned up.
I think that's a good note to wrap up on. Very positive. That was very positive. We turned that into a positive. Jeff Hardy cleaned up.
Yes.
Returned as an NXT. I almost said NXT. That's no.
And no, I don't think. I think they're big enough to go back onto the main roster.
Yeah. But came back at WrestleMania with his brother Matt. Became the Raw Tag Team Champions that night. And then to see where they are now, still wrestling, doing what they love at like 40-something years old, you know.
Yeah.
That's impressive. And it's wonderful.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So, that's going to be it for today, guys and girls. I hope you did enjoy this episode of Pro Wrestling Weekly. If you did, please make sure to slam that like button below. Subscribe to all of our channels to make sure our videos get in your sub boxes. Don't forget to follow all of us on Twitter. Turn on our notifications. Buy our merch. Everything will be in the link in the description down below if you are on YouTube. For those that are on iTunes, just go to whatamaneuver.net and shop by store, and it'll be Pro Wrestling Weekly. Pick up the official PWW Club t-shirt. I'm wearing it right now. Wore it around campus. So now people know that a podcast that's just too sweet is all over the place now. So there you go. So with that being said, hope you guys are having a great day. And we will see you in the next episode of Pro Wrestling Weekly.